There are calls tonight for a change in NHS guidelines allowing surgeons to carry out hymen reconstruction for women wanting to marry as virgins. Private clinics are reporting a boom in demand for the operation from young women under pressure to prove their virginity. And More 4 News has learned that the operation is also being carried out on the NHS. Nina Tegety has this special report.
A little spot of bleed is a proof of virginity, as far as the men concerned or society is concerned.
And if a woman is not bleeding, actually it's very dangerous for them.
For some women, if their broken hymen doesn't bleed on their wedding night, there could be lethal repercussions. Magdi Hen owns 2 private clinics in London. Most of the time he treats infertility problems in both men and women. He also performs many genital cosmetic procedures, of which hymenoplasty is just one.
The future for women can hang literally by a membrane.
He showed us a hymen booklet. Many prospective customers are shown it. It depicts different types of hymen repair: the simple stitch, the creation of a flap to cover the vagina, a gelatin capsule filled with a blood-like substance, inserted a few hours before sex. But Dr. Hen doesn't do these techniques. They are too crude, he says. The surgery is obvious and the woman is in danger of getting caught.
The other way is to properly repair the hymen. That means we get the hymen and we open it again and we stitch it back again and make it heal as it was. And this way it is 100% is repaired, reconstructed, and is healed. And then when she has the wedding night, then it will tear again and will bleed again.
Dr. Hen says the procedure is short, about half an hour. It's done under local anaesthetic, a relief to many young women who get their hymens reconstructed secretly during their lunch hour. Many of his patients give false names and addresses. Fear and the possible wrath of their future husbands drives them to the operating table.
I am sure some of them fear the surgery itself, but the fear of the consequences of the marriage if they are not virgin is far higher than the fear of the surgery, which takes about 20 minutes to half an hour. So it is to them can be like life-saving. It's nothing to do with Muslim reason or Christian religion. It is culture. Some men will look at women who are virgin, that they are not touched before, they will be sincere, they will be good mothers, they will be good wives, and they look at it as seal of approval.
Most of the women Magdi Hen treats are British, from ethnic minorities or immigrants. The demand is there and increasing. The hymen section of his website gets up to 50 hits a day. He treats about 2 women a week and charges £1,800 for the procedure. Some clinics More 4 News found charge nearly twice that price. But an intact hymen can only be certain in around 57% of virgins. Hymen repair is done for purely cultural or psychological reasons. It has no medical benefits and makes no visible cosmetic difference. Britain's leading specialist in cosmetic genital surgery is utterly sceptical.
I think it is quite unethical to charge a phenomenal fee for a procedure which, in my mind, is a very dodgy operation which does not restore the hymen at all. It is just a way to make the woman bleed during the first night. And most of the time it is just putting in a couple of stitches. I feel it would be a lot better to bring it out in the open, like abortion procedures, in big clinics where people have a lot of experience with doing hymen reinstatements, and they can give you guarantee certificates, etc. So it's all regulated. So we take this particular surgical procedure of hymen reinstatement out of the darkness of the back streets around Harley Street into the mainstream clinics.
But hymen repair is happening in mainstream clinics. The Information Centre for Health and Social Care told More 4 News that 24 hymen replacement procedures were done on the NHS between 2005 and 2006. The Department of Health wouldn't comment, but they did say certain cosmetic procedures may be available to secure physical or psychological health. Many people will be surprised to hear that hymenoplasty, viewed by some as an invasive, degrading procedure, can be performed for free. Diana Nami campaigns for the rights of Kurdish and Iranian women. She says if hymen repair was more widely available on the NHS, it could prevent many honour killings.
If NHS provided that help for them, it will be great because, of course, if they go to a private surgery, it will cost lots of money for them, which usually they haven't got any money to pay toward the surgery. But within NHS, understanding the importance of issue and the help, that can be a very great help for them and even save lives.
For some men, making sure a woman is a virgin is just another way of controlling her. And many grooms in Britain, usually from Moroccan, Algerian or Tunisian communities, demand virginity certificates, a medical document that states the hymen is intact.
It's about women being considered as commodity, women being bought and sold in marriage. I think that is where we can find the root of this problem.
Perhaps we are lulled into believing that in our society all women are in control of their own bodies, but for some women, sex before marriage comes at a heavy price.
Nina Tegati. A little earlier I spoke to Labour MP Anne Cryer, who's previously attracted attention for her views against forced marriages and honour killings. As a direct result of Walford News' findings, she will table an early day motion in the Commons to promote awareness of the UK's hymen replacement procedures. I started by asking her if she was surprised by the situation.
I'm absolutely horrified. It may be that I've led a very sheltered existence. I'd never heard of this before, and I've heard of lots of things about forced marriages, about excesses of arranged marriages, and also about honour killings. And I thought I'd heard everything, but today it's a real eye-opener for me. I'm horrified by it.
What about the argument that potentially it could be a life-saving procedure, in the sense that it means that it may, in fact, this procedure may, in fact, protect someone from an honour killing?
Well, we haven't heard to date of a girl being killed because of not being a virgin. I mean, it may be that we haven't heard it all, but certainly it has never come to my attention that this is the case. And actually, even if it did, we shouldn't be pandering to the perpetrators and the killers, or the potential killers. We should be trying to protect girls from this sort of abuse, because it is a form of abuse. You know, we've got rid of female genital mutilation, we've made it illegal to force a girl into marriage, probably because we've got so many women in Parliament. Therefore, I think a lot of those women in Parliament will be horrified to learn about this.
Are there any valid cultural reasons why this should be done?
I'm sure there are cultural reasons, but they're not valid. In fact, they're extremely invalid. It's a form of abuse of women. And it may be that that woman who's asking for this operation to be done doesn't recognise the abuse that is taking place against